Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blueton Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetondesign.com.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for low-gun equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GBC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Life can get pretty busy out there. Daily commutes, carpooling, and then there's that weekend getaway. Cenex is here to keep your vehicle fueled up for those long drives, your pantry stocked for those snack cravings, and the propane grill ready whenever you are. Things can move fast, but with your local Cenex, you can rest assured that everything on your list will get a checkmark. All in a day's work, powered locally at Cenex.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers.
When life gets hard and our thoughts get too much to bear, finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Out here, you learn that to keep growing, you have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change, because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on, with advantages at every step. From innovative tools that help crops grow, to grain processing expertise, to energy solutions, we create connections to empower agriculture. Learn more at chsinc.com.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
When you lose to two number one teams in the state of South Dakota, and your other loss is one team that is right below you in overall seed points in 6th place, I think John Brooks would take it each and every year. Not once, not twice, but now 3 years in a row. The Vermillion girls have won the DAC 12 championship, and ultimately coming into this season, there was only one goal on everyone's mind: defend the Class A state title, and the defense of that title begins tonight. Welcome inside the birdcage for potentially one final time when it comes to girls basketball as the march to the championship game begins. It's all about the region postseason, and tonight it is a familiar opponent, the Canton Seahawks, a team that really gave Vermillion a scare to open up the season. You go all the way back, it's hard to think about, but all the way back to December 9th when the Vermillion girls opened up their season right here inside the birdcage and found themselves quickly down 20-4 to start the second quarter. Everyone looking around thinking, uh-oh, this could be a tough season for the Vermillion Tanagers before we even really got going. And we knew it was going to be a tough season for the Vermillion girls with their schedule that was upcoming. A lot of top teams across the state of South Dakota. You retool this Region 4A with now Sioux Falls Christian in it. Parker is gone. And again, the Vermillion girls finished 17-3, losing against the number one team in Class A to finish the season, Pialuta, and also losing to the number one team in Class B, Centerville. You also add that loss in to Elk Point Jefferson. Vermillion got some outstanding wins against top 5, top 10 teams throughout the state of South Dakota and the state of Nebraska. A very, very impressive season for this Vermillion girls team. But let's be honest, that's not what the goal was all about. It was about making a run to another state tournament and from there trying to defend a state title, but it is not going to be easy as the postseason began last night for a few teams across the state of South Dakota, at least in Class A and Class B, and now tonight Region 4A gets underway. We're going to talk more about it coming up, but again, tonight Vermillion takes on Canton, and the winner will play against Dakota Valley versus Beersford. That game is also getting ready to tip off at 7 o'clock this evening. The other Region 4A matchup features Elk Point Jefferson taking on Lennox. Sioux Falls Christian did finish in first within Region 4A and got themselves a first-round bye, but the Vermillion girls, again, will play the winner if they win tonight of either Dakota Valley or Beersford. If Vermillion wins tonight, if Dakota Valley wins tonight, which that's all expected to happen, Vermillion girls would be on the road to play against Dakota Valley in North Sioux City coming up on Thursday. Probably expected tip-off time at 7 o'clock from North Sioux City. We got ourselves a jam-packed pregame show to get to, including sitting down with head coach John Brooks when talking about this season, finishing 17-3. There's a lot of great things, no matter what happens at the end of this season, that the Vermillion girls not only accomplished this year, but throughout their careers as well here at Vermillion. Head coach John Brooks and I are going to dive into more about that. Also, we're going to break down more of the postseason, exactly what is going on across all the state of South Dakota in Class A and in Class B, as a lot of Class B games get going as well this evening. Again, both Class A and Class B open up the postseason for the girls' side last night. AA does not get going until next week, and as also we'll revisit what happened last night with the Vermillion boys, as they have yet to close out their season, but they got another key victory last night against the Canton Seahawks, and they close out their season on Friday against the Parker Pheasants. Like I said, a jam-packed pregame show to get to. I'm Heath Nimke. I'm going to step aside, and when we come back, Cole Larsch and Spencer Buley are going to break down more of this postseason and what we should all be expecting, and also give some heavy favorites that could be making it back to a state tournament. That is all on the way here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregates, and also a full-service dealer for low-gun equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Well, thank you, Heath Nimke, and again, welcome into the Bird Cage here in Vermillion High School, Vermillion, South Dakota, for the Region 4A quarterfinals on the girls' side of things. Thanks for tuning in, Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch. Joins alongside me Spencer Buley. We've got about 26 minutes before we start getting to introductions and tip-off here inside the Bird Cage. And first, in a pregame show, we're going to take a look at how this region stands out across the entire state of South Dakota, and maybe even a little deeper look at the tail of the tape. But again, we've got plenty of time to get to all that. And we'd like to thank you for tuning in to our live stream here tonight. I'm Cole Larsch. Alongside me, Spencer Buley. We've got you covered for the entire thing. I'll get my iPad screen out of the way so we can actually see Spencer over here. And Spencer, the last time these two teams played, it feels weird to say it, but it was 2.5 months ago. It was on December 9th, all the way back then. We even talked with John Brooks in a little bit later on in the interview, saying they didn't even look back at that film because both these teams are completely different, but regardless, it should be a very entertaining game here inside the Bird Cage.
Yeah, we talked about it last night a little bit. Anytime you have two teams that met in the regular season and played a really close game, it makes the second time around very interesting, especially when you look at, a lot of times the pattern is that one team wins the first matchup, the other team wins the second matchup. But that being said, Cole, I agree with John Brooks. These are two drastically different teams. I mean, the first game of the season, there's so much to unpack. There's so much to shake off, so much rust to knock off, and I think that both of these teams have done that throughout this season, especially Vermillion. So I think we're in for a really, really fun night of basketball. I think this is going to be a really exciting matchup, and I think we'll have a lot of eyes on it too.
Hey, talk about a lot of exciting matchups. We're going to switch over here and take a look at the kind of standings across the state of South Dakota in Class A and the Region 4A bracket. Let's take a look at that right now. Again, this is just one game of 3 going on here in Region 4A, but again, there's all kinds of games going on all across the state yesterday and today for the playoffs. One boys game even tonight went final. Lennox and Beresford play tonight, and there's a girls game right now currently in the second quarter, I believe. You might be seeing that right there. Yes, you are on the bottom of your screen. Thanks to SD's score feed. Again, here tonight, number 3 Vermillion 17-3, and number 6 Canton 14-6. We'll take a much deeper dive into this matchup here in a little bit. Number 2 Dakota Valley will host number 7 Beresford. If Beresford were to win this game and Vermillion were to win theirs, Vermillion would host. But as it sits right now, assuming the higher seeds win on Thursday, Dakota Valley would host Vermillion in a very anticipated matchup. And in the top side of the bracket, number 4 Elk Point and Jefferson at 15-5, and number 5 Lennox at 13-7. They take on, again, all these games at 7 o'clock. Again, Sioux Falls Christian with just a lone loss. They locked up the number 1 seed in the region at 19-1. They don't play again until Thursday. And Spencer Buley, I want to get your reaction here to that right side of your screen now. As you see, those are the Class A standings as of about 4 o'clock this afternoon. 6 out of the top 20 teams in Class A, all coming from this very highly contested Region 4A. And again, no team here in Region 4 has a losing record, as you can see. It's been a tough region already, and I'm surprised that none of these teams have more losses just because of how often they've played each other.
Yeah, and I think that when you look at this bracket and you look at the two teams making it out heading into the SODAC 16, I almost feel like if you can get through this region, you just get to exhale a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of tension within this region. All of these teams have fought so hard throughout the season. They know how good each other are, and coming into this region tournament, they're going, man, this is the hardest part of the season until we get to maybe the state tournament. You know, we've just got to battle and make it through these rounds. You win 2 games, you make it to the SODAC 16. So again, Cole, to your point, it's been a heck of a year watching this unfold. These are 6 incredibly solid teams, and I think this region is going to be one of the biggest impacts to the SODAC 16.
Now again, you look over at that bracket, again, the highlighted little numbers there, those are the teams that are here in Region 4. Number 1, Sioux Falls Christian. Number 2, Dakota Valley. Number 5, Vermillion. Number 6, Elk Point and Jefferson. Number 12, Lennox. And number 20, Canton. So that just shows you how difficult of a schedule both of these two teams have played. Let's take a deeper look into almost the tail of the tape here tonight. Again, these two teams have matched up earlier in the season. Vermillion comes in 13-3 overall. They currently sit number 3 in the media poll and number 3 in their own region. Canton comes in 14-6 overall. They average just slightly more points per game, and they allowed slightly fewer points per game, as you can see there. 55 points a game for Vermillion. They allow 44. For Canton, they score 55.6, and they allow 43.5. Want to also note, since suffering those 2 losses, Vermillion is now 8 of their last 8 have been wins. Here tonight, Canton, they've taken a couple losses late, and they also took a couple losses earlier in the season as well. And we'll get to that in a little bit. And again, the last matchup, all the way back on December 9th, Canton came up 12-1 early. It was 17-4 after the first quarter. They eventually went up 20-4 in that ball game. Vermillion outscored Canton in the middle 2 quarters, 43-19 in quarters 2 and 3, and they held on in quarter 4 to get the win. Jenna Vanderweerd led all scoring in that ball game, 25 points, 10 rebounds. Cameron Skiles with 14 points and 8 rebounds in that ball game. Brooke Jensen, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks for her. Casey Hansen had 20 points on 6 of 10 shooting from beyond the arc. And the Mighty Mouse Taylor Roovers did it all, 16 points, 7 assists, and 5 steals. Going back to that ball game, again, we keep looking at the numbers. The records are a little bit off, but we're going to get to that in just a second. Again, it was a very close game back on the 9th. It's going to be a very close game here tonight, we're all predicting.
Yeah, for sure, Cole. I mean, you look at that game, it was different. You know, I think that a lot of people, Heath Nimke mentioned it in his pregame show, a lot of people saw Vermillion open their season the way they did against Canton, down big to start that game. I believe you said they were down 20-4 to start that game, and a lot of people, myself included, were looking at this Vermillion team going, oh boy, I mean, we're talking about, you know, trying to defend a state title this year, and we're sitting here down 20-4 in opening night to the Canton Seahawks, and there was just a lot of question marks. I mean, I know Vermillion came away with that win, but there was a lot of question marks around this Vermillion team, wondering, is this going to be a team that even has a chance to be in state conversations? And they've proven themselves, and they've really bounced back after that. Again, this has been such a different team in the back half of the season, so interested to see how Canton comes into this building tonight, too.
As you can hear, the pride of Vermillion, the Vermillion High School Pep Band has begun playing. Don't worry, there's still 20 minutes left in the pregame clock, so you get plenty of Spencer and I before this thing is all said and done. We're going to take a deeper look at the Canton Seahawks and a deeper look at the Vermillion Tanagers, as well as a look from across the state of South Dakota, but that's all going to be on the way next after this short break on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home
athletics.
by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. Even a tiny amount can be deadly. It's often mixed with other drugs without your knowledge, increasing your risk of overdose. Protect yourself and your loved ones and avoid unknown substances. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, one pill can kill. For more information on fentanyl prevention, visit your local health resource or speak to a healthcare professional today. This message was brought to you by the Great Plains Tribal Opioid Response, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back inside the Birdcage Show. Turned my gain down a little bit too far. There we go. Now we're back in action here inside the Birdcage. Again, 17 and a half minutes or somewhere in there before we start right back up again. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. Both teams have taken the court for now, but again, they're not allowed to go actually do their pregame warm-ups before 15 minutes on the clock. As I said, we're going to take a deeper look into both these squads. First starting up for the Canton Seahawks. Again, they come into their season 14-6 overall. They lost 4 out of their first 6 games. To say the least, a little bit of a gauntlet schedule for this team that really didn't know where they're going to be at quite yet as they got into this season. First game, they lost to Vermillion right here in the Birdcage, 61-57. Then they lost to Elk Point Jefferson, 53-49, before getting a convincing win against Garrettson. They lost to Dakota Valley, 68-52. They defeated Alcester Hudson, 59-27, and lost to Lennox, 67-48. Overall, you take a look at that schedule and you say, okay, I mean, that's a really tough schedule. That's not even just a really tough schedule. That's one of the hardest starts to a season we've seen in any of these schedules across the entire region, not only just this region, but also the state of South Dakota. After those couple losses, they went on a win streak, picking up wins against Esteline Hendricks, Del Rapids, Castlewood, Elkton Lake Benton, Parker, Beresford, Tri-Valley, and McCook Central Montrose. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, wow, that's quite the win streak. Only 2 of those teams were above 500 at the end of the season so far, so got the wins where they should have, couldn't quite get the wins where they maybe needed them early against those really good teams. And then, like we said, to get into the last 6 games, they took a tough loss against Sioux Falls Christian, 61-42, before defeating Millbank, Baltic, and Madison, and then taking a loss to West Central just a week ago on the 18th, 57-49, a West Central team that maybe not quite as powerful as they have been in the past, but still a solid squad. They've gotten West Central, I'm talking about, has gotten a couple of those types of wins throughout this season. Just one of those where you think about it and you say, okay, I mean, maybe they shouldn't have won this game, but they got the win nonetheless. And Canton ended their season with a win against Hanson, 51-43. That takes them to their 14-6 overall record. As 15 minutes have now elapsed, the buzzer sounds, and the teams are taking the court, and pregame shoot-around has started. For the Vermillion Tanagers, it's been a series of runs. Win streaks, taking a couple tough losses, and then they've won their last 8 basketball games. Again, wins against Canton, Mitchell, West Central, and Ponca, Nebraska, before taking a loss to, who would have guessed, an undefeated Centerville Tornado squad in the SCSC, just the 5th game of their season. 48-45, had plenty of chances there. Centerville, by far and away, in my opinion, the best team in Class B. They're going to be very difficult to beat. After that loss, they got 5 in a row. Tri-Valley, Yankton, Baltic, Madison, and Lennox. 5 wins in a row. Then they lost to an undefeated Macpia Luta squad by 22 in the Corn Palace. Tried rebounding against Elk Point Jefferson, just didn't have it that night. Lost 57-39. Since then, it hasn't been a loss on the schedule for Vermillion, and they've taken on a fair share of talented teams. Lyman, Del Rapids, Parkston, all in a row, 16-3. Now you look at Del Rapids, 7-13. Their record does not show how talented that team is. They're a very solid squad down in Del Rapids. Parkston 16-4, and then wins against Beersford. Number 1, Sioux Falls Christian, a very tall Sisseton squad. Number 3 at the time, Dakota Valley, and Parker to round out the season. This is also just the second game that they've played in 2 weeks, so we'll see how that kind of factors into it here a little bit, but I bring in my broadcast partner once again, Spencer Buley. We went through both these schedules. Both these teams are good. They played their fair share of tough games, but it seems like Vermillion's schedule just a tad tougher.
Yeah, and they come in with a better record too as well. I mean, this is a Vermillion team that, as we mentioned, had some moments early on in the season, but man, the back half of this season, they have showed some really, really solid qualities. They're playing really strong team basketball here in the back half of the season. But for Canton, as you mentioned, a very tough schedule early on. I think they started to figure some things out as well in the back half of their season. They didn't quite have the gauntlet that maybe Vermillion had towards that second half, but still played some good teams. They took care of business when they needed to, and they're very capable of coming into the Birdcage tonight and picking up a win. I do think that the seeding is accurate. I think that Vermillion is the favorite. I would take them, but at the same time, Canton is a solid squad who's already come into the Birdcage before and put up a 16-point lead to start the basketball game.
Again, we keep talking about that previous matchup, but you also have to remember, and John Brooks is going to say it here in about 5 minutes or so in our interview, he didn't even go back and watch that game because both these teams are so much different than what we saw earlier in the season. Again, that game, Canton came out to a 20-4 lead at one point. Vermillion clawed all the way back, got the crowd back on their side, and that was all the way back 2.5 months ago. It seems crazy to say it, but after 20 regular season games, we are here in the postseason. It's the Birdcage. It's filling up. It's loud. We've got 11.5 minutes before this game is scheduled to do the intros. That's going to do it for myself and Spencer Buley here on the pregame show. We're going to step aside, and when we come back, our pregame host, Heath Nimke, caught up with John Brooks, get his overall thoughts in the regular season, ask him what he thought about that first game in the Birdcage, and also what he thinks about the game tonight. That is all on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
The best way to get through winter is to start planning for spring. And Grossenberg has new Honda walk-behind self-propelled mowers in stock. 3 models to choose from, residential up to commercial grade, starting at $900. Each mower features a powerful, reliable Honda GBC 200 engine, cruise control, and roto-stop technology that allows you to step away from the mower without stopping the engine. Get ready for spring with a new Honda mower from Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations today or go to grossenberg.com for more details.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods, such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Getting closer to the postseason as it's about to begin here in the Region 4A postseason. Again, for tonight, Sioux Falls Christian has the evening off, but other games that are going on this evening, including Dakota Valley taking on Beersford. Again, winner of this game tonight will get either Dakota Valley or Beersford, and Elk Point Jefferson and Lennox are playing each other again in the Region 4A postseason. I'm Heath Nimke here on the pregame show. It's time to get to our coach's interview as we sit down with head coach John Brooks to talk about where his group is at after their victory on Friday evening against Ponca. What have the past couple of days been like? And this is a rematch from the very first game of this season. Was there any going back and seeing how that first game went and making those adjustments, or how do they get ready for the Canton Seahawks? Here he is to talk more about his group and where they're at heading into the postseason. It's head coach of the Vermillion Girls, John Brooks. Coach, it's that time of the season, time for the postseason, and it is the Canton Seahawks, a team that you saw at the very beginning of the year. We'll get to that game and, of course, this rematch when it comes to the playoffs. But first, let's revisit the end of the season. You get the victory over Parker, finish the season 17-3, another DAC 12 conference title for the girls. A great season overall when looking back at it from your perspective. Did you basically accomplish everything you wanted to?
You know, we talked to the girls after the game and Parker in the locker room and said, you know, we have a lot to be proud of with the schedule that we played, and to get to 17-3, I think a lot of people don't realize that's one game better than what we did last year in the regular season. It was a heck of a regular season to like I said, to get to that record, to win the DAC 12 again. We have a lot to be proud of, but we said we can celebrate that later. Obviously, we gotta turn the page. We got to move on, and it's time for region. We have a lot more that we want to accomplish.
I feel at the beginning of the season, there's always that pressure, right? Everyone wants to see how the Vermillion girls are as repeating state champions. Can you come out and be that same team that you were last year? Eventually, you take a couple losses. It seems like that pressure fades a little bit, and you just go back into being, hey, we're normal high school girls playing high school basketball. But now that pressure is back once again, because that's everything that everyone talks about. Like, oh, Vermillion's back. They look like they could are primed to make a run. They're playing some great basketball. Do you feel any pressure right now as you try to repeat as state champions?
You know, I don't think any more than normal. I think any time this time of the year, it's there's always going to be that pressure, just because, you know, if you lose, you're done. But yeah, you know, our season this year has been very similar to what we kind of had last year, where, you know, you get off to a good start. We took a couple lumps in the middle of the year with, you know, the grind of our schedule, and then we're playing really well at the end. And that's all that we want to do, is be playing well this time of the year. So it's tough. You know, we know what lies ahead in our region, and you know, Canton is not a normal 6 seed. And so we told our girls yesterday in practice that you got to throw the seeds out. The number in front of your name means absolutely nothing. All that matters is getting prepared for the team that you're playing. Whoever plays better that night and wins gets to move on. So we got a really good Canton team, and that's all we're focused on right now.
From your perspective, we know this has been the toughest this region has ever been, but have you ever seen a region tougher than anything across the state of South Dakota when it comes to girls basketball? I mean, you talk about Sioux Falls, Christian, Dakota Valley in front of you, and even some great teams of Elk Point, Jefferson, Lennox, and you mentioned Canton behind you as well. I mean, how difficult was it to finish third within this region?
You know, just kind of going through the regular season and, you know, playing against other teams and other coaches from outside the region. I think I've gotten that comment from many coaches saying that our region is the toughest region they've ever seen. And I think that's probably true when you look at it. You know, I think we got 4 of the top 7 in seed points with Sioux Falls Christian, Dakota Valley, us, and Elk Point, and Lennox is not far behind at like 11 or 12, and Canton's right behind them. So, it's brutal. There's no doubt about it. But we kind of talk as coaches. We feel like we got to win a little mini state tournament to get to the state tournament. But like I said, if whichever two teams come out of our region and get to that point, they're going to be very battle tested and they're going to be ready for the moment.
And let's talk about this little mini state tournament as it begins coming up against the Canton Seahawks. Again, first game of the season, and a lot of fans may not remember, things did not go well for your group. I mean, at one point, it was down 20-4 to start that game. Everyone's going, this doesn't look anything like the Vermillion girls team that we expected to see. Eventually, you grind it out, get a close 61-57 victory. And again, Canton comes in 14-6 overall. First, do you revisit that first game of the season, or are these two completely different teams than what we saw a couple months ago?
I did not watch that game for scouting purposes. Obviously that was the first game of the year. A couple of our assistant coaches went back and watched it and just kind of said, "Holy cow!" We were bad. We were not very good. But same thing with Canton. They played good at the beginning, but they kind of went through their lows. They're a way different team now too. So I think both teams have grown a ton, have changed. Us and Canton will obviously be a lot better tonight than we were that first game of the year. So, we've kind of just been focusing on ourselves here and then what they've done lately. So, that was kind of our scouting, and we'll kind of go from there.
We'll take a look at the Canton Seahawks. I feel like Jenna Vanderweer's got to be one of your key targets with her size inside. Of course, she had a big game against your girls the very first game of the season, but ultimately we just look at her 6'2" frame. She presents a big presence inside. How much do you key on her to shut her down, or who are you looking to stop for the Canton Seahawks?
Yeah, we got to do a lot better job on her than we did the first game of the year. And I think she's the best post player in our conference and the top post player in the state. She is so skilled. She has great hands, great feet. She finishes well. She can step away from the hoop and shoot it. She presents a ton of problems. And it's hard because Canton has good three-point shooters. Our guards can all knock down shots. So they're very balanced offensively, even though, a lot of emphasis goes to Vanderweer inside. If you're completely just sagging off the other guards and just completely trying to take her away, their guards will sit down there and have wide open shots and knock down shots. So you got to be very disciplined defensively. But yes, we got to limit her as much as we can, and then offensively we got to score. I think this time of the year, hopefully you're 20 games in and your kids are comfortable shooting in on offense. So we're going to have to score the basketball as well.
Yeah, you talk about the coach's cliche, how do you win a game? Well, obviously score more points. And it feels like with your group, everyone knows about the big three, it seems like. And of course, Taylor Rivers continues to come along and just be this ultimate spark for your team. But how much more do you rely on now? Casey Hansen and Brooke Jensen as fifth-year seniors, their experience of winning a state title, them being seniors. This is the last ride. There's no more after this. How much do you lean on them over this next few weeks?
Yeah, we need those kids to be big for us. There's no doubt about it. Taylor, Brooke, and Casey gotta play well for us each and every single night. But they know that and they're ready for that. They've been through this, and we've been getting great production off our bench lately. And with Madigan and Maya, we're starting to get those other four to consistently chip in 15 to 20 points between the four of them. And we know that when we get those numbers out of them, we kind of get our norm out of Brooke, Casey, and Taylor. That's when we can be really difficult to beat.
Getting ready for this game against the Canton Seahawks. This is also the last home game that is guaranteed. If you win from here on out, it is going to be on the road. How much are you going to enjoy the Birdcage one last time as a group?
That's something that we're trying not to tell the girls because, I think a lot of our, we're playing a lot of seniors and they don't want to think about having to only maybe play here one more time. But we're very excited to be playing at home. I think that, I think the first game of the year the first postseason game is very similar to a first game of the year. You're kind of jittery and all those types of things. So to be able to have our home crowd and be in our home floor tonight is big. And then, if we're lucky enough to advance on, we'll see. It's either at Dakota Valley or Beersford comes to our place, and we'll take it from there.
Once again, that is head coach John Brooks here on our pregame show. And as he does mention, there is one more opportunity for the Vermillion girls here to play at home, potentially on Thursday. Now, everything would have to go right for that, including Vermillion needs to win against the Canton Seahawks. And then we would need a huge upset, Beersford taking down Dakota Valley. You never know what happens within this region, especially within Region 4A. But the postseason can certainly be a tough matchup for all teams. And the Vermillion girls certainly know that. Again, you go back to the very beginning of the season where Vermillion beat Canton 61-57. They had to make a comeback in that game after being down 20-4 to start the second quarter. But from there, as we said, the Vermillion girls made a comeback. But tonight, can they just simply take care of business and move on to the semifinals of the region tournament? We're about to find out as we're going to step aside. When we come back, it's time for tip-off between the Vermillion Tanagers and the Canton Seahawks. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Welcome to Dakota PC Warehouse, where our staff aren't just friendly, we're certified nerds with a side of tech genius. Prepare to be awed as we unleash a barrage of geeky charm and unbeatable deals on PCs and HD TVs. And our tech gurus, armed with determination and a questionable assortment of snacks, can fix just about anything. We love technology and making it work for you. Dakota PC Warehouse, because being a nerd is our superpower.
When the world feels big, a small note can mean everything. Find mental health support at sdbehavioralhealth.gov.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back here inside the Birdcage. We've gotten our pregame conversations out of the way. We've gotten our pregame predictions as well from various members of the scorers table down there, as is my tradition down here in the Birdcage, and we're getting our starting lineups. First for the visiting Canton Seahawks, the number 6 seed in the region. They come in 14-6 overall. Starting at guard, a 5'8 senior and a captain, number 2, Bryn Oakland. Starting at guard, a 5'9 freshman, number 13, Jordan Reed. Starting at guard, a 5'6 senior, number 14, Avela Jocks, also a captain as well for this squad. Starting at guard, a 5'7 sophomore, number 22, Cameron Skiles. And starting at center, a 6'2 senior and a captain, number 44, Jenna Vanderweerd. Again, the leaders in our last matchup all the way back 2.5 months ago. Jenna Vanderweerd, 25 points and 10 rebounds in the ball game. And Cameron Skiles with 14 points and 8 rebounds in that ball game. Rich Lundstrom, Brad Bike, and Atlanta DeYoung are the assistant coaches, and the head coach is Andrew Stephenson. The starting lineups for the home team in the number 3 seed, the Vermillion Tanagers. Same starting 5 we have seen all season. Guard, 5'8 senior, number 1, Casey Hansen, 11 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, a contest. Guard, a 6' senior, number 5, Maya Halverson, 3.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, a contest. Guard, a 5'5 freshman, number 11, Taylor Ruvers. Miss Does It All, the Mighty Mouse, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals, a contest. Madigan Wallen, a 5'8 senior guard, number 12, 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, a contest. At guard, a 6'1 senior, number 33, Brooke Jensen, 15.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, a ball game for her. Doug Hansen, Carrie Jensen, Kelly Knutson, the assistant coaches. The head coach is John Brooks. 17-3 is their season so far. They average 55 points a game. They allow 44. For Canton, they average 55.6 points a game. They allow 43.5. The starting lineups have commenced. I turn it over to my broadcast partner, Spencer Buley. Should be a fun one.
Absolutely. I'm a stats guy. Loving the dead evenness on the points per game allowed and points per game scored. I think it tells a story that we are in for a great matchup tonight.
Vanderweerd and Halverson are up, but the tap is won by the Canton Seahawks, going left to right as you see it on your video screen. Away black uniforms, yellow and blue checkerboard down the sides, and white letters and numbers with some yellow trim. Vermillion gets the rebound after a quick shot by the Canton Seahawks. Tanagers in their home white uniforms, letters and numbers in red with black trim all the way around. Very high extended 3-2 zone, much similar to what we've seen so far this season from the from the Canton Seahawks. Three-pointer for Casey Hansen's off the mark. Ruvers O-board, her shot's off the mark as well. And Jenna Vanderweerd with her first rebound in the ball game. 2 rebounds already for Taylor Ruvers.
Well, Cole, you talk about the zone defense being shown there. It makes it a little bit more difficult to rebound. And right away you see an offensive board for Vermillion to start the game.
1 minute gone here in the first quarter. Again, thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Buley. You can see us in the bottom left of your screen, wherever you may be watching us. Jenna Vanderweerd missed her first shot, but got the offensive rebound, and the putback is good. Quickly, a 2-0 lead. Again, we talk about it. We keep on talking about it. The first matchup, Canton came out to a 20-4 start. Shot by Ruvers off the mark. The rebound is controlled by Jordan Reed. Canton wants to push. They hand it back out. 3 ball on the way, left wing. Going to miss everything, no good. Rebound is out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by the Canton Seahawks, and with a minute and a half gone, still 2-0.
Well, Cole, I'm going to go back to that last offensive possession for Canton. Vanderweerd getting her own rebound. If there's one thing Vermillion has to make sure to do tonight, it's box out Jenna Vanderweerd. She's pretty much the only one on this squad who's going to threaten with multiple offensive rebounds.
Ruvers stuck in the corner. Tried to jump pass over Jenna Vanderweerd, who had her trap down there, and just did not pass it and turn it over. So a couple of quick turnovers here by Vermillion. Possession back to Canton. They throw it in right in front of us to Avila. Jocks cannot get it as it's tapped around and out by Casey Hansen. So possession will stay with the Seahawks. Throw it in right there in the coffin corner. About the only blind spot that I have here in the birdcage from my vantage point, but now they get it out to where I can see it. Jocks will bring it across for the Seahawks. Pass over left side to Skiles again. Skiles, a second leading scorer for Canton in the first matchup. She drives, body contact, shot no good, but we're going to see our first free throws of the contest with 6:04 to go in the first.
Yeah, I've seen Canton a couple times early on here driving, attacking the hoop. I think we're going to see some more of that. Try and get to the line, create some opportunities inside.
Skiles, the 5'7" sophomore guard. First one is up and off the mark and no good. Something we did not see from them in the first matchup was a lot of missed easy shots. Seemed to be hitting everything in that first quarter. 0 for 1 from the line, still with a 2-0 lead. Second one is up, and that one is good. First points of the ball game for the Canton Seahawks. Still a one-possession lead, 3-0. 6 minutes to go as the birdcage has continued to fill here tonight. Ruvers inside Maya Halverson. Her shot was up and no good. I'm going to get it back here on the replay. Some contact from behind. They're going to call it on Cameron Skiles. First personal foul for her and the first team foul here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, just kind of caught Wallen with the body. Looked like a fairly clean block up top, but just a little bit too much body contact.
First free throw off the mark. Madigan Wallen, a 70% free throw shooter on the season so far. Second highest on the team. Second one also in and out and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Jordan Reed, her second. She wants to push it up in the front court. Pass up ahead, Oakland now. Back out, Skiles now back to Reed. Long two, off the back iron and no good, but a wide open offensive rebound by Jocks. Ball is loose. She's got it back now, kicks back out. Oakland another long two. That one's in and out, no good. Ball is loose, ball is still loose. It's out of bounds. Mr. Drew Sweeter says possession Vermillion.
Loving the aggression here early on from Canton. Crashing the boards, creating themselves some opportunities. they know they're the underdog, but they know that they can win with aggression. I expect them to keep crashing the boards tonight and making life tough for Vermillion.
Ruver's left corner three. That one's in and out, no good. About the only dead spot when there's not getting trapped in this Canton 3-2 zone, but an offensive rebound, that time by Madigan Wallen, her first. Fresh shot clock for the Tanagers. Ruver's floater in the middle. That one's in and out, no good. Offensive rebound fell into Brooke Jensen's lap, and the first 2 points for the Vermillion Tanagers belong to the USD commit. Diamond in one, zone press being applied, quickly broken. Inside, Jenna Vanderweerd shot up and good. John Brooks wants a travel. Could have easily argued a travel or a foul, and now we get a stoppage of play. As we've got, I do not know what just happened. So an official's timeout. Alexi Hansen comes in and Taylor Ruvers goes off. I have no idea where Taylor Ruvers went. I don't see any motion. Oh, there we go. Now she went down in the training room and she's already jogging back out, so quick work by Amy Richardson. Alexi Hansen is in, Ruvers is out, but she's already jogging back, as you can see her now going back to the Vermillion bench. She vanished for a second, and just like that, the Mighty Mouse has appears. Lexi Hansen with cutting Maya Halverson to the block. She's double-teamed, rips it through, lay in, not going to fall, but a rebound controlled by Madigan Wallen. She chucks it up to the wing. Hansen to Jensen for three. In and out, no good. Rebound is loose, and it's controlled by Lexi Hansen. Fifth offensive rebound for the Tanagers so far in the ball game. Ball went loose and out of bounds in the Canton's bench area, and just like that, Ruvers has come back into the ball game.
Yeah, another thing to look at, Cole, I know I mentioned it earlier, but rebounding out of this zone right now is a struggle for Canton. They're really extending the perimeter to track down those three-point opportunities that they know Vermillion loves to take, but it is hurting their ability to get some defensive rebounds.
Just as you say that, Canton has switched their zone into a 1-3-1, similar to what we see a lot of times from the Vermillion Tanagers. Jensen gets her shot to fall. I figured out what happened to Ruvers, bloody nose. She's got some cotton in the nose, and she is back in the ball game. Halfway through this first quarter, it's 5-4. Quick shot by Skiles, no good. And now we're going to get a rebounding foul as Kellyanna Halverson and Maya Halverson were going at it. Foul is called on Halverson, but it's going to go on Maya Halverson, her first, and the team's second of the quarter.
Yeah, I feel like a broken record talking about the rebounding up here, but I mean, both these teams being super aggressive, both these teams finding ways to get both offensive and defensive rebounds. It's going to be the story of the game as it's unfolding right now.
Quick three by Jocks is off the mark and no good. Casey Hansen with the rebound on the run. 1 point lead for the Canton Seahawks. 3:35 to play here in quarter number one. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be at. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, my broadcast partner Spencer Buley. Hansen takes a dribble inside. Can't get her shot to fall. Already the fourth rebound of the ball game for Jenna Vanderweerd, two on each side. Spin, shot up and no good the other way. Rebound by Vanderweerd, shot up and that one's off the mark. Brooke Jensen with her first block here in the contest. Now the ball is loose and it's stolen away by Cameron Skiles, her first steal. She goes coast to coast, kicks out. Jordan Reed, left wing three, got it. Jordan Reed, first 3 points of the ball game, first assist for Cameron Skiles. It is 8-4, 3 minutes to play in the first.
I think Canton's accomplished a huge goal early on here. One thing I think that they needed to do coming in here was just make Vermillion uncomfortable, and that's what they've been able to do here. They've held the Tanagers to just 4 points, and this is a really, really solid offensive Tanagers team. We talk about the defenses of both of these teams, but, man, Vermillion has a really good offense, and they've shown it the back half of the season, but right now Canton has done a phenomenal job of making them feel unsettled here early on.
Kick ball and out of the dead ball, Lexi Hansen and Amara Thomas check in. Maya Halverson and Madigan Wallen will check off for the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, still a 1-3-1 zone here by the Canton Seahawks. Ruvers drives in. Going to get a foul called, but I believe they're going to count the basket. It's going to be a rebounding foul afterwards. So they're going to discuss it here. So the basket will count by Taylor Ruvers. First 2 points for her. And now the foul is on Amara Thomas on the rebounding foul. Her first personal and the third team foul. So the shot does count. It is 6-8 here in the first quarter, but Another foul added to the tally, third team already by the Tanagers. And now make it the fourth team as Jordan Reed drives in, and she's hand-checked as she drives. Casey Hansen going to get an explanation, so I'm just going to assume that the foul is on her. Called by Dustin Sperlich. Fourth team foul already on the Vermillion Tanagers. Cameron Skiles checks in and Jordan Reed checks off with 2:24 to go in the first quarter. Canton to throw it in and the fresh shot clock. They're looking in the corner. They get it over to Oakland, who's guarded by Jensen. Now she's got it back at the left wing. Over to Skiles. Ball is loose. Ball still loose, but it's picked up by Skiles. 25 still to go on the shot clock. Now 20. Skiles still has it right wing. Guarded by Jensen. She looks around over to Bryn Oakland, the captain, senior. Guarded by Roovers with 12. 2 minutes to go in the first. Free throw line. Now hands it back out. A long two is off the mark by Skiles. And the rebound is controlled by Taylor Roovers, her third. 8-6, a minute to 50 to go here in the first quarter. Crowd still filing in here in the birdcage. Great crowd on both sides. 100 ticks to go in quarter number one. Roovers over to Lexi Hansen, right wing. Her three blocked away by Cameron Skiles. First block of the ball game for her, and now she's got it back. Left corner, she spins, kicks out of Ayla Jocks, has it now. Back over to Cameron Skiles, left wing. Now she's got it at the elbow. Tries handing it back to Oakland, but she wasn't ready for it. Skiles now in right corner. Oakland inside Vanderweerd, blocked away from behind by Brooke Jensen. Second block of the ball game by Brooke.
Cole, such a low-scoring game, but I think you have to credit it so far to great defense. Neither of these offenses have been getting the quality of shots that they want and that they rely on.
Quick three out of the inbounds. Got it to go. That one's good by Bryn Oakland. First 3 points the ball game for her. 11-6 the lead for the Canton Seahawks. Again, the number 6 seed in the region coming in, playing the number 3 team, Vermillion Tanagers. Quick response by Taylor Roovers out of the assist of Casey Hansen. 9-11 the score. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Inside, Reed has it. She spins, now kicks out into the other corner. Oakland, she's trapped. Now she's got it back to Reed. Three-pointer, that one's off the mark and no. Rebound falls into Roovers' lap. She now has 4 in the ball game. She's got it coast to coast. Lay-in, they're going to say a hold before the shot. So Tanagers will get the ball with the shot clock off here in the first quarter. 32.3 to go. Quick inbound. Roovers corner three. Nailed it. Taylor Roovers, 8 points already for her. First lead of the ball game for the Vermillion Tanagers. It's 12-11.
It's going to come down to who can shoot the three better tonight. There's no doubt about it.
Pass intercepted by Casey Hansen. Contact. Offensive foul is the call on Casey Hansen. We're going to get it back on our instant replay. A lot of contact inside. They're going to say it was on Casey Hansen. Now her second personal foul. John Brooks is going to get an explanation from our official.
A little bit surprising to me. I mean, it could have gone either way for sure, but usually there's got to be a lot of contact initiated. I didn't think there was a ton from Casey.
Skiles got the inbounds pass quickly, coast to coast. Lay-in is good. Back to a lead for the Seahawks, 13-12. Roovers takes the volleyball line three. Got it at the buzzer to end the first quarter. Miss does it all, does it once again. 11 points for Taylor Roovers in the first quarter, and the Tanagers take the lead at the quarter break, 15-13 here in the Region 4A quarterfinals. We're going to step aside just for 30 seconds. When we come back, it's second quarter action in the Birdcage. On the way next.
What's your
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back here inside the Birdcage. 15-13 your score after 1 quarter of play here inside Vermillion High School. Thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers live ticket TV. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley. Spencer, we talked about in the pregame show, we knew this game was going to be close as we look at the tail of the tape. Both teams score just about the exact same amount of points. They allow just about the exact same amount of points. 15-13 is your quarter score.
Yeah, great defense there in quarter number 1 from both teams. Taylor Roovers caught fire towards the end. One thing that we haven't seen is a lot of involvement from Vermillion's other players outside of their big three. We always talk about Casey Hansen, Taylor Roovers, Brooke Jensen. It's been all Roovers and Jensen. Jensen has 4, Roovers with 11. Big part of their success later in the season was getting their other role players involved. Haven't quite seen that yet tonight.
Quick 3 by Jensen was off the mark. Quick 3 by Jayla York. Number 4, the 5'3" sophomore guard, was also off the mark. So possession back to the Tanagers. Inside 10-footer is good for Brooke Jensen. 6 points now for her in the contest. Biggest lead of the ball game so far for the Tanagers at 17-13. Skiles has it guarded by Roovers. Steps back for a right wing 3. That one's going to be short, no good. Vanderweerd with a rebound, put back. That one's off the mark. 6th rebound for Jenna Vanderweerd. 4th offensive rebound. And now we get a shooting foul on Brooke Jensen, her first and the first team foul. And Jenna Vanderweerd to the free throw line.
Yeah, Vanderweerd 10 rebounds. The first time these two played. 25 points along with that. We haven't quite seen her explode yet in this game as far as scoring goes, but we've seen her all over the boards and no signs of slowing down with 6 rebounds already, and we're only 9 minutes into this ballgame.
First free throw was good for Jenna Vanderweerd. She now has 5 points, make it 6. Seahawks are 3 of 4 from the line. Back down to a 2-point ball game. A minute gone here in the second quarter. Again, we'll get you an update on the other Region 4A scores as soon as we get a chance. I meant to look between quarters, and, I was too excited after that buzzer beater. I could not quite get to it in time. A lot of time taken off by the Vermillion Tanagers. They got it inside. Halverson to Lexi Hansen, guarded by Vanderweerd. Shot up, no good. Avela Jocks with the rebound. Canton with a chance to tie it, maybe take back the lead here on this possession.
Yeah, those are more of the shots that we've seen Tanagers like Lexi Hansen be able to knock down.
Reed for 3, got it to go. Heavily contested on that right wing. Second 3 of the ball game for her. And just like that, Canton Seahawks take back the lead, 18-17. Roovers tries to respond, got it from 30 feet away. Taylor Roovers, 14 points for her already in the ball game, and the Tanagers take back the lead, 20-18. Reed with the response. That one's off the mark, no good. Lexi Hansen with the rebound.
Saw Taylor Roovers crack a little smile as she backpedaled past half court. She's feeling it, no doubt.
Roovers, pass errant, stolen away by Reed, coast to coast, underhand laying off the mark, no good. Not a good Reed, not a good layup called, shot by Canton and Jordan Reed. Timeout called by head coach John Brooks with 5:48 to go in the second. We'll take it with him. Back to the Birdcage in 30 seconds.
Life can get better.
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. End of the first quarter, down in Elk Point. 11-10 is the lead for the Lennox Orioles. Here in the Birdcage, it is 20-18. In Dakota Valley, no score yet to report on SD's score feed. Also, one thing to note, there is, I believe, no streaming service at that game either, so we are at the mercy of fans in the stands on the SD score feed app. Again, 20-18 here in the Birdcage. Madigan Wallen drives, and she's going to be fouled by Jordan Reed. Second personal foul on Reed, and the first team foul on the Seahawks. Casey Hansen checks in, and Madigan Wallen will check off. Again, Casey Hansen with the 2 personal fouls there in that first quarter. She inbounds, now dishes inside of the elbow to Jensen. Shot off the mark, no good. Casey Hansen with the O-board. Back out to Roovers for three. Got it. Taylor Roovers cannot miss. 17 points. She's 5 for 7 from the three-point line, and it's back up to a 5-point lead for the Tanagers.
I think she's hit at least 4 in a row. I think she's only missed once.
Oakland with the response, can't get it to fall. Roovers came down with the rebound, and Roovers is fouled. I'm going to see who they call this foul on. It's going to go on Jenna Vandeweerd, first personal for her, second team foul in the quarter. Tanagers got possession back, 5:11 to go in the second.
And it makes you wonder, too, if Canton's going to change their zone at all. They've been in this 2-3 early on. The defense was a little bit better in their kind of extended 1-2-2, 2-3-2, however you want to call it. They obviously were getting out-rebounded, but now they're getting killed from beyond the arc.
Hansen inside to Jensen. Shot is up and good. 8 points for Brooke Jensen. 4 assists for Casey Hansen. Biggest lead of the ball game on either side. It's a 7-point lead for the Tanagers. Oakland has it. Now at the top of the key, kicks over to Reed, left wing three. That one's off the mark, no good, off the rim. Brooke Jensen with her second rebound of the contest. She'll bring it up the court into the front court. 4.5 to go in the second quarter. Again, thanks for tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live, part of the Live Ticket TV family. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me, Spencer Buley. Jensen wide open, in and out, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Jenna Vandeweerd, already her 7th rebound of the ball game.
Yeah, they're going to need to step up with some more offensive rebounds as well here with the trailing 7 points. Going to need to find a way to get some second chance opportunities like they were early on.
Pass inside, Kellyanna Halverson stolen away by Roovers. Lay in the other way, got it, coast to coast. 19 points for Taylor Roovers, and that forces a timeout called by Andrew Stephenson. It'll be a timeout. We'll take it with him. Back to the birdcage after this.
Pretty busy out there.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back here inside the birdcage out of the 60-second timeout called by head coach Andrew Stephenson and the Canton Seahawks. Tanagers with a lead 27-18. We take another look at scores from across the Region 4A. Elk Point Jefferson with the lead over Lennox, 20-13. Dakota Valley with the lead over Beersford, 20-18. And Vermillion Tanagers with the lead here in the birdcage, 27-18. 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Bryn Oakland gets the inbound pass out of the Andrew Stephenson timeout, and they will start with possession again in their road black uniforms. Yellow and blue checkerboard down the sides, letters and numbers in white with yellow trim. Inside, Jenna Vandeweerd got the shot to go, and she is fouled. Vandeweerd to the free throw line to attempt the old-fashioned three-point play. It'll be the second personal foul on Brooke Jensen and the second team foul of the quarter.
I was waiting for one of those to drop for Vandeweerd. She's very good at drawing contact while keeping the ball away from the contact. So I'm expecting her to get some more and-one opportunities as we get more into this game.
Jenna Vandeweerd, 9 points, 7 rebounds already here in the ballgame. Again, she had 25 and 12 in their first matchup 2.5 months ago. Casey Hansen lay in. That one's going to be too strong, no good. Ball is loose, and it's picked up by Kellyanna Halverson of the Seahawks. Puts a nice crossover move. Now she'll drive coast to coast. Stop at the block. Tries passing over, but it's tipped away by Roovers, but possession still controlled by the Seahawks. Skiles makes a move, drives in the middle. Shot no good. Rebound is controlled by Taylor Roovers, her 6th. She'll bring it across, and now she'll slow things down. Lexi Hansen back to Roovers, over to Casey Hansen. Jensen in the middle. Jensen out to Lexi Hansen, right wing 3. Going to be too strong, going to miss everything, and out of bounds. Possession to the Canton Seahawks.
Yeah, again, that's just an example of Canton's defense kind of forcing Vermillion to take a shot that they don't necessarily want. Again, this defense started this game really well. I've kind of sagged off a little bit, but I expect them to keep trying to put more pressure on the three ball, specifically around Taylor Roovers and Brooke Jensen.
Ball tapped away by Jensen. Oakland could not quite handle it, but it's out of bounds, last touched by Jensen. Trying to get some scores from other games across the state. Again, we did find a streaming link. It's on the fan huddle page for Dakota Valley, but I was encountered by a minute and a half of ads. And I said to myself, and Spencer Buley can attest, I ain't watching all those. Pass batted around, stolen away by Maya Halverson. Coast to coast lay in, no, but a foul going to be called, and Maya will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Foul going to be called on Jordan Reed, her third personal foul and the third team foul here in the quarter. Halverson to the line. On the season, a 61.5% free throw shooter. 8 for 13, now 8 for 14. Tanagers are 0 for 3 from the line.
Yeah, this is something that's going to bite them. I mean, especially as you get more, if they're able to move past this game, you get deeper into region play, deeper into the playoffs. You're going to have to be able to convert these free throws.
Second one also in and out, no good. But the rebound is saved by Madigan Wallen. She chucked it off of Cameron Skiles, and it stays with the Vermillion Tanagers. Good save there by Wallen to keep possession and the fresh shot clock with 2:23 to go in the second quarter. Roovers has it top of the key. Now Casey Hansen. Again, Canton has now switched their zone a couple times. They're playing a different form of a 1-3-1, trying to trap at the top. Can't get Casey Hansen back in that right wing. Second assist for Taylor Roovers. First 3 points for Hansen. 30-21. Eurostep laying off the mark by Skiles on the other side. 7th rebound for Taylor Roovers. Coast to coast. Lay in, got it. 21 points for the Mighty Mouse here in the first half out of the team's 32. She has almost outscored the entire Canton Seahawks squad, and it's a double-digit lead for Vermillion. Wallen gets the steal, and now a loose ball foul going to be called on the Seahawks as Oakland tried reaching back in and got Halverson's arm.
Yeah, give Madigan Wallen a ton of credit. She has filled a role tonight, playing great defense, making some really pesky plays on both ends. We saw her earlier have that great save. I believe she's been a part of a couple of steals, getting handsy with it. I mean, she's done a great job tonight.
103 ticks to go here in the first half. Jordan Reed checks back in for the Seahawks. Quick steal by Skiles, laying the other way. Too strong, no good. Taylor Roovers with her 8th rebound of the ball game. It was the second steal by Skiles. Roover lost it. Now she's mugged back at half court and triple teamed. Gets it over to Hansen, now to Wallen, inside Thomas. Thomas lay in, no. Foul called, and Amara will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Foul is on. Avela Jock's first personal, 4th team foul on the Seahawks. John Brooks shouting out some defensive instructions. And Thomas to the line.
Tell you what, he caught my attention.
I was watching him and listening to him for a while there. Amara Thomas, a 28% free throw shooter on the season, is 1 for 1. It's the first made free throw by the Tanagers here tonight. They are 1 for 5. Make that 2 for 6. First 2 points of the contest for Amara Thomas. 13-point lead for the Tanagers with 1:15 to go. Skiles breaks the full court pressure. Back out to Halverson, top of the key. Now back to Skiles, left wing. Inside Vanderweerd, wide open, laying no good. Offensive rebound put back. That one falls for Jenna Vanderweerd. 11 points, now 8 rebounds for the 6'2 senior center. And it's back down to an 11-point game.
Canton's had a lot of opportunities in this second quarter. A lot better looks than the first quarter. They have just not been able to get anything to fall.
Jensen shot up and no good. Offensive rebound by Thomas. She couldn't get her shot to fall. And it's controlled by Aubrey Dermeyer, who kicks it up ahead. Shot off the mark and no. But the ball is loose and out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by the Canton Seahawks. Now into the game is Bryn Oakland. Dermeyer will check off. And now we're going to get a timeout called by head coach Andrew Stephenson, and the Canton Seahawks will take it with them. Back to the birdcage in 30 seconds.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the birdcage. 36.4 seconds to go here in the first half. Elk Point Jefferson leads Lennox 27-20 at the half, and Dakota Valley leads Beresford 31-20, about halfway through the second quarter there. Long inbound pass is saved by Cameron Skiles. She'll bring it across. About a second-ish, if that, separate the shot clock and the game clock. So they don't have to get a shot off too far before the buzzer. Kellyanna Halverson has it, gets space, blocked away by Wallen. She's going to get a foul call, and I believe she also took a knee to the stomach. So it will be the first personal foul on Madigan Wallen, who was slower to get up. Definitely got something to the midsection. She will stay in for now. She will have a sub coming in for her after the first free throw. Kellyanna Halverson to the free throw line. Seahawks, again, 4 of 5 from the line, make that 5 of 6. First point of the ball game for Halverson. Casey Hansen checks in, Wallen checks off. Aubrey Dermeyer checks back in for the Canton Seahawks. Second free throw off the mark. Seahawks are 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Shot clock is off for the Vermillion Tanagers. Roovers gets the screen, kicks over, now swings it over. Hansen, right wing, got it. Casey Hansen, 2 3-pointers for her in the second quarter, and that is how the first half of play will end. The Vermillion Tanagers, the number 3 seed in Region 4, lead the Canton Seahawks, the number 6 seed in Region 4, 37-24 after 16 minutes of play. We're going to step aside. First half stats and analysis, scores from Region 4 as well as other scores from Class A. Those are all on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers!
When life
Welcome
gets
back
hard.
to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back here inside the Birdcage. Your halftime score, 37-24. The Tanager girls lead the Canton Seahawks after 16 minutes of play. Special halftime presentation presented to senior wrestler Michael Robe on getting over 150 career victories with the Vermillion Tanagers. Big detailed list on his career. So I want to give a big shout out to him and good luck to him, as well as the 5 other wrestlers joining him out in Rapid City for the state wrestling tournament. Here in the first half, again, 37-24, your halftime score. Here are your stats as I see it here on my sheet. First for the Canton Seahawks. They were led by scoring Jenna Vandeweerd, 11 points, 8 rebounds in that first half. She scored 4 in the first, 7 in the second quarter for her total of 11. Number 13, Jordan Reed, hit 2 triples. She has 6 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. 3 points apiece for Bryn Oakland and Cameron Skiles. Skiles also has 2 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, and a block. Add a tally for an assist for Bryn Oakland as well. And Caliana Halverson with a free throw and a rebound in that first half. They shot 5 of 7 from the free throw line. They scored 13 in the first, 11 in the second for their total of 24 points in the first half. For the Vermillion Tanagers, it was the Taylor Roovers show. 21 points for her in that first half, 8 rebounds to go along with it, 2 assists and a steal in the ball game for her. Next scorer for the Tanagers, Brooke Jensen, 8 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and 2 blocks. Casey Hansen with 2 triples in that second quarter, a rebound and 4 assists, as well as a steal. Maya Halverson with a steal, Lexi Hansen with 3 rebounds, Madigan Wallen 2 rebounds and a steal, and Amara Thomas 2 for 2 from the free throw line, as well as a rebound for her. They shot 2 of 6 from the free throw line in that first quarter. They scored 15 in the first, 22 in the second quarter, for their total of 37 points. Again, your halftime score, 37-24. As I turn it over now to my broadcast partner, Spencer Buley. Spencer, the first quarter was exactly what we expected. Back and forth action, and then it seemed like in that second quarter, Vermillion started to get some more open looks. Canton wasn't quite as quick to get out to that three-point line, and got to give a lot of credit to Vermillion. They hit a lot of big shots.
Yeah, and the first quarter was very defensively sound from both squads. But second quarter, Vermillion, they just opened it up from beyond the arc. I mean, Canton kind of collapsed their defense in a little bit, switched to a 2-3 to try and prevent the rebounding errors that they were encountering. But Vermillion, great job of taking advantage of that. Taylor Roovers, incredible second quarter performance. She's on fire, looking to keep that streak going. But, Cole, the biggest thing that I saw was Vermillion just having fun. I mean, at some point, Taylor Roovers hit the half-court three-pointer. And, you always try and act tough and act cool, but, I mean, she just couldn't help but smile when she was backpedaling. You saw Casey Hansen there at the end knock down a big three and then knock the ball out of bounds to finish the half. And she, tries to be all tough, but all of her teammates just laugh and smile, and they're having a great time out there. That's when they're going to play their best basketball. I expect them to continue to put the pedal to the floor in the second half. I think you're going to see even more shots being made just because of the state of this team right now. They just look like they're having fun, and that's when you play your best.
Again, your halftime score here, 37-24. As you look at some scores from around the state of South Dakota, not only here in Region 4, but some other regions local to us here, maybe even 3 and 5. Again, number 4, Elk Point Jefferson leads number 5, Lennox, 27-20, end of the first half there. Winner will travel to Sioux Falls Christian on Thursday. Dakota Valley leads Beresford 31-20 at last report, and last time I checked as well. Again, and Vermillion leads Canton 37-24. The winner of those two games will play each other, and the higher seed will host. As we move around to some other scores in Class A, number 2, Groton area defeated Redfield 44-9 up there in Region 1. In Region 2, Clark-Willow Lake leads Florence Henry, Sioux Valley leads Dual, and Great Plains Lutheran with the big lead over Elkton Lake Benton. More closer to here in Region 3, Del Rapids leads Garrettson 31-16. Winner of that game will go to Flandreau. Number 2, Tri-Valley leads number 7 Madison 24-10. And number 3 West Central leads number 6 Baltic 50-20. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter there. As we move over to Region 5, McCook Central Montrose leads Hanson 28-11 at the half. Mount Vernon Plankton leads Parker 28-26 at the half. And Scotland Minnow leads Bonham 25-19. As we move over to out west in Region 7, Mockpeel Luta, who currently sits number 1 in the media poll, they will take on the winner of Pine Ridge and St. Francis Indian. That game has not been reported quite yet. Again, 37-24, your halftime score. As I want to take a look at one more score. Centerville leads Irene Wakanda 43-14 at the half up there. Joe Van Gore and Charlie Preen, of course, on the call there. Canton came out from their pregame or their halftime speech about 2 minutes ago. We still have yet to see Vermillion with 2 minutes left to go in halftime. Canton's got to make some defensive adjustments, but if you're Vermillion, it just seems like you just got to keep playing the same style of basketball, and it'll keep coming.
They do. As far as Canton goes, they do have to make an adjustment defensively. I mean, I think that you've got to be able to protect the perimeter. Part of that is you're going to have to feel out how Vermillion comes out in this second half. If they start hot from beyond the arc, you're going to have to find a way to cover those bases while still being able to rebound. But one positive that I did see for Canton in that first half was they have the speed advantage. Specifically, Cameron Skiles has the speed advantage on the offensive end. They were finding a lot of offensive rebounds early on just by sneaking around box outs. Cameron Skiles has had a lot of opportunities driving to the hoop, just simply beating her defenders to the paint. And I think they need to take advantage of that matchup, because if they can start to exploit that, you might find the defense of Vermillion crashing down more, and then you open up Jenna Vandeweerd as well. Vandeweerd with 25 points in the first matchup between these two. At some point, she's going to have to turn it on. She's going to have to step up and start leading this team, but I also expect some more involvement from Cameron Skiles as well.
Again, 37-24, your halftime score. Again, like we keep saying, if you're Vermillion, just keep on playing, keep on doing what you were doing. Canton might have to make a few adjustments. Again, the last time these two teams played, it was a 4-point ball game, but then again, like we keep on saying, that was 2.5 months ago. It's pretty impressive to hear that stat, but that was a long time ago. We've got 20 seconds before the halftime buzzer will sound. Both teams trying to draw up maybe some offensive plays, maybe some defensive plays. We're in for an exciting last 16 minutes of basketball here.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I do want to mention is I talk about Vandeweerd, maybe needing to step up and lead this team. She does have 11 points. She's playing a very solid game. I just think that she may have to have a Taylor Roovers type performance, where Roovers, obviously, she has 21 points. She is leading Vermillion like crazy. Vandeweerd, it might take her best game of the season to bring this Canton team back into it. I mean, she's playing phenomenal right now. She's got 6 rebounds. I believe more than 6 rebounds. But
8.
Either way, yes, 8 rebounds. I was going to say that's an old stat. 8 rebounds, on her way to double digits there, on her way to another double-double. We saw it in the first game. I just think it's going to take something special out of Canton in the second half.
Canton will start with the basketball going right to left, and they try going right away inside to Jenna Vandeweerd. But the pass is out of bounds and too far, and possession back to the Vermillion Tanagers. Again, Canton in their road black uniforms, yellow and blue checkerboard down the sides, letters and numbers in white with yellow trim. Tanagers in their home white uniforms, letters and numbers in red with black trim. Going back to their high extended 2-3 zone this time are the Canton Seahawks. Casey Hansen with an open left wing 3. That one's off the mark, no good. 9th rebound for Jenna Vandeweerd. And Canton Seahawks back with their second possession of the half. Quick 3, in and out, no good by Bryn Oakland. And 9th rebound for Taylor Roovers as well. Long pass up ahead, Maya Halverson, lay-in is good. First 2 points for Maya Halverson in the ball game. The third assist for Taylor Roovers. And it's up to a 15-point lead for the Tanagers.
That is a high-level pass right there from Roovers. That ball was on a rope, and it had to be as well. Otherwise, defenders were going to catch up to Halverson. There was going to be no shot there. So credit Taylor Roovers with a phenomenal assist.
Spin inside by Reed, and as she was spinning around, she got some contact on Roovers' arm. Second personal foul on Taylor Roovers, and the first team foul of the half. Jordan Reed at the free throw line, 6 points. Here tonight, make that 7. All of her free throws are from beyond the arc. Also has 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal in the ball game. Second one is up, and that one's off the back of the iron and no good. Seahawks are now 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Second rebound for Casey Hansen. Again, very extended 2-3 zone. They have Oakland and Skiles up there at half court waiting for the Tanagers. Wide open inside, Taylor Roovers gets the jumper to fall. 23 points for the freshman, and it's up to a 16-point lead for Vermillion.
Great job exposing the defense. When you extend that 2-3, that's what's going to be open every time is the middle, just shy of the elbows.
Oakland drives in on Casey Hansen, shot up off the back of the iron and no good. Officially a double-double for Taylor Roovers, 22 and 10. And she drives, and her lay-in is not going to be good, but contact and a foul. Roovers to the free throw line. Second personal foul on Cameron Skiles. And the first team foul. Roovers, highest free throw shooting percentage on the team, 71.8%. Misses the front end.
Kind of an odd struggle here for Vermillion. They're not necessarily a poor free throw shooting team, but
on the season coming into the game, they are 197 for 306 for 64.4%. And now we get a lane violation, so second free throw's negated.
Yeah, it's not a stellar percentage by any means, but haven't quite lived up to their season average tonight.
Yeah, 2 of 7 is lower than 64.4%. And now Skiles is down, holding her knee that has a brace on it. We're going to switch away from that, and we're going to get the teams back to the benches. 41-25, went down hard, instantly grabbing at that knee that's got that brace on it. He's obviously in some pain. We're going to step aside here on Vermillion Tanagers Live. Back after this.
And our thoughts get too much to bear. Finding the resiliency within us can help us find healing. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline provides 24/7 free support for anyone in suicidal distress or emotional crisis. All texts and calls are anonymous and connect you to local resources that uphold cultural values and pave the way to healing. Find the strength within you. Find the strength within our culture. Reach out if you need help today.
When it comes to advertising, reaching the right market while giving back to the school is just plain right. If you're looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here's your ticket with Live Ticket TV. With over 90 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you advertise locally with just your home team or reach the region. Plus, a portion of all sales go directly back to the school. Get a hold of Heath Nimke today, and let's get started in building your brand with Live Ticket TV.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage, 41-25. It was the senior captain, Bryn Oakland, helped off, could not put any pressure on her knee that you could tell was previously wrapped and braced up as well. So quickly into the training room with the trainer from Canton as well as Amy Richardson. They'll take a good look at her and likely will not see her for the rest of the ball game. Inside Skiles, hot rocket off the backboard, can't get it to fall, and the 11th rebound for the Vermillion Tanagers. Tanagers want to push. Good pass there by Roovers, but Halverson can't get the shot to fall. Rebound the other way to Jordan Reed, her third. Pass up ahead, Vanderweerd, lay in, no, but contact and a foul called, and Jenna Vanderweerd will shoot 2 free throws. Going to be the third personal foul on Brooke Jensen and the second team foul. Vanderweerd at the free throw line to shoot 2, where she is 3 for 3 tonight. Make that 4 for 4. 12 points, 9 rebounds here in the ball game for the 6'2 senior center. Second one in and out, no good. Seahawks now 7 of 11 from the free throw line here in the ball game. 5.5 to go, 15-point ball game. Pass inside to Wallen, now back out Hansen. She'll hand off. Halverson left wing 3. High arcing, going to be short, no good. 12th rebound for Taylor Roovers. She's run out of room in my rebounds department. So that stat box is going to get awful sloppy here in a little bit. Hanson left corner three. That one's off the mark and no. The rebound is controlled by Jordan Reed, and as I look down, we got a foul. Going to get a rebounding foul called on Madigan Wallen. Her second personal and the third team foul. 5:09 to play here in the third. Spencer Buley, it's been a little bit since we've had any points here in the third quarter.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow unfolding after the injury to Bryn Oakland. Both these teams kind of trying to find their rhythm. Haven't seen them find it yet. Not bad looks offensively, but again, kind of back to where we were in the first quarter where any open shots underneath just were not falling for either team.
Hanson, right wing three. That one's off the back iron and no. Wallen with the offensive rebound right back out to Hanson. Wallen's third rebound. He's lobbing it inside, and it's stolen away by Vandeweerd. And now quickly the other way, stolen by Taylor Roovers, her second steal. Roovers stops at the free throw line, back out Hanson. Hanson drives, right-handed floater, got it to go. Count the bucket and the foul for Casey Hanson. 8 points for the senior. Now the first personal foul on Kalyana Halverson, and the second team foul here in the quarter for the Seahawks. Amara Thomas will check in. Madigan Wallen will sub off.
That's a great move by Hanson to get inside. It's always nice to have the and one opportunity when you're fouled after you've already taken the shot, and that's what it looked like is Casey Hanson was fouled more so on her follow-through because you get to take the normal shot as you normally would.
Reed inside, shot partially blocked away by Taylor Roovers. Long pass up ahead to Jensen. That one's lost. Second steal for Jenna Vandeweerd. Tanagers again now 2 of 8 from the free throw line here tonight. Skiles drives inside, underhand scoop layup, off the mark, no. Maya Halverson with her first rebound of the ball game. Under 4 minutes to go, and John Brooks will take a timeout. It'll be a 60-second timeout, and we'll step aside and take it with him. 43-26, 3:51 to play here in the Birdcage. Back on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV in 60 seconds.
Out here, you'll...
Welcome back
to growing. You have to keep changing. CHS and the farmers and ranchers we serve know all about change because together we've changed agriculture. That's why we're the largest farmer-owned cooperative in the country. So farmers own the system they count on with advantages at every...
Nice. Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage as we take a look at the game, one of the games going on down south in North Sioux City. At one point, a ball game that was 21-20 in favor of Dakota Valley. It is 54-31 at halftime. Assuming Dakota Valley will hang on and win, and assuming Vermillion will hang on and win, those two teams will face in a rematch on Thursday down there in North Sioux City. Hanson kicks out to Jensen out of the full timeout called by John Brooks. 12 in the shot clock for Vermillion. Roovers gets the screen. She'll cross over, now drive. Kicks out Casey Hanson for 3. That one's off the mark and no good. And the rebound is controlled by Kalyana Halverson of the Seahawks, who came in for the injured Bryn Oakland. Kicks out to Skiles for a 3, by Jordan Reed. And that one missed short by about a foot. And the rebound goes out of bounds.
It's good to see Roovers get up after hitting the deck. I mean, she took a hard spill just shy of the free throw line over on Vermillion's offensive end, but tough as she is, it's going to take a lot to get her out of the game.
3:12 to play here in the third quarter. Hanson drives in. Count the bucket and the foul for Casey Hanson. Got fouled in the drive. Wasn't sure if they were going to count the bucket, but our refereeing crew will. First foul on Jaylee York. 10 points now for Casey Hansen. 6 in the first half, 4 here in the quarter.
And she's done a great job working through contact tonight. A couple of fouls picked up for her and a couple of and one opportunities as well.
Free throw is good. 11 points now for Casey Hansen. 3 for 9 are the Tanagers as we see Bryn Oakland exit the locker room. Ice bag on her knee, escorted by her parents. She will not be making a return here tonight. Cameron Skiles with the lay-in, got it to go. 46-28, 2:45 to go here in the third quarter. Roovers, step back right wing three, got it. Taylor Roovers, 26 points in the ball game for her. 5 points here in the third quarter, and it's a 21-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Reed lobs it inside, or tries to lob it inside for Vanderweerd. It's tapped out of bounds by Amara Thomas. Good play both ways by both number 44s. Thomas listed as a 5'10 senior center. Matches up pretty well with Jenna Vanderweerd, the 6'2 senior center. Going to get a jump ball call on the rebound. Tanager fans want a foul called, but held ball possession will stay with Vermillion either way. Quick pass into Roovers. Pass way too high for Lexi Hansen. Turnover into the scorer's table and out of bounds. 12-4 is the scoring advantage here in the third quarter, and based on that reaction by John Brooks, you would not guess it. You would also not guess it's a 21-point ball game.
No, I mean, it still doesn't even necessarily feel like it. I mean, it's a region game. It's opening night, region playoffs here in the Birdcage. The energy's still very high in here, and of course in region play, playoffs overall, you just can never count anyone fully out of a ball game until the final couple of minutes.
2 minutes to play here in the third quarter, which I can note has been much slower moving than the first two. Ball gets tapped out of bounds. Lexi Hansen tries getting it back to Roovers, and it goes right off of either Drew Sweeter, our referee, or John Brooks, one of the two. The possession will stay with the Tanagers. Inside, Thomas, drop step, lay-in, got it to go. Amara Thomas, big move from her, 4 points, 5 assists for Casey Hansen, and now on the following inbounds play, Kalliana Halverson stepped over the line, so a turnover and possession right back to Vermillion.
Couldn't quite get it on our replay there. Huddle camera, of course, following the motion, so it's going to head to midcourt along with the rest of the players.
Casey Hansen to throw it in out of the fresh possession. 100 ticks to go in quarter number 3. And we appreciate you tuning in. Vermillion Tanagers Live, part of the Live Ticket TV family. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Buley. We got you covered from here on to the state tournament. All region and SODAC 16 games. Loose ball, foul going to be on Casey Hansen, her third personal. And the fourth team foul of the quarter. Maya Halverson will check in. Casey Hansen will check off with 84 ticks to go. Jordan Reed brings it across the timeline for the Seahawks. You got to get something going. Only 4 points here in the third quarter. Pass into Kalliana Halverson. Her lay-in partially blocked, and a whistle and a foul called on Lexi Hansen. First personal, fifth team foul. That will send the Seahawks back to the line once again. First free throw is good for Kalliana Halverson. She was 2 for 3 from the free throw line here tonight. 2 points on those free throws. Second one up off the mark. Seahawks now 8 of 13 from the free throw line. Mara Thomas with her second rebound off of that free throw. 51-29, 67 seconds to go in the third quarter. Halverson inside. Amara Thomas spins. Lay-in is good for her. 6 points now for Amara Thomas, who came in averaging 1.9 a ball game. Jayla York has it top of the key, guarded by Wallen. Left-handed lay-in, no. But a contact from behind whistle, foul called. Jayla York to the free throw line. Third personal foul on Madigan Wallen. 6th team foul.
Yeah, Cole, going back to Amara Thomas's last bucket, nobody really tonight has been sure-handed underneath the blocks, but Amara Thomas has found a way to consistently cash in those easy opportunities, and she may be one of those stepping up for Vermillion as we get later on into region play. We've talked about how much better this team is when their role players are involved in the stat sheet, and Amara Thomas tonight has been one of those players for Vermillion.
First point for Jayla York. First free throw made for her as well. 9 for 15 on the Seahawks from the line. Down 23, 53-30. 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Wallen inside to Halverson. One dribble kicks out. Lexi Hansen now to Roovers, top of the key. Roovers. Lexi Hansen left wing. Tries skipping a pass through the arms of a defender, but it goes out of bounds. Roovers could not quite save it in time. And now we get a whistle as they're going to put a little bit more time up on the clock. Let's see how much time. It says 22.7 now. 24.2 is what they'll put on, and that is what Canton will have. And the shot clock is off in the remainder of the third quarter. 53-30. Jordan Reed has it. 15 on the clock now. Gets it over Jayla York, right side. She drives middle, chucks up one with the left hand. Count the bucket. And the foul for the 5'3" sophomore guard, Jayla York.
It's a heck of a shot from York inside. That is not easy when you're flicking up the floater from the extended arm behind your head, especially to bank it in. It's good reps for some of these younger girls for Canton as well. Obviously, York kind of filling in right now. But especially, it's one thing to get reps during the regular season, but to do it in a region game.
Roovers with 3. She'll drive middle, get quadruple teamed. Ball is loose, and it goes out of bounds. And that's how the third quarter will end. 53-32, your score after 3 quarters of play. Back to the birdcage in 60 seconds.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Timeouts are more than just a break. They're an opportunity. At Blueton Design and Marketing, we help small town businesses shine, just like your team on game day. From creative branding to digital marketing, we're here to support your community. Let's build something great together. Visit bluetondesign.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. Final 8 minutes of play here in the Region 4A quarterfinals. 53-32 is your score. After 24 minutes of action, the Vermillion Tanagers lead the Canton Seahawks, who will start with the basketball, going right to left in their road black uniforms. Tanagers again in their home whites. Got a set play out of the break. Vandeweerd inside, spins, lay in, no. They're going to get Roovers on a reach-in foul. It's going to be the third personal foul on Taylor Roovers, first of the quarter. An update from North Sioux City with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dakota Valley 60. Beresford 39. First free throw is off the mark for Jenna Vandeweerd. Canton was an impressive 7 from 9 from the free throw line. They have now dropped to 10 for 17. 13 points, 9 rebounds for Jenna Vandeweerd in the ball game. 20-point lead for the Tanagers. Roovers dribbling around at the half-court stripe, 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. Hansen drives left-handed lay-in, got it to go for the senior Casey Hansen. 13 points, now a quick steal by Roovers, and it's chucked out of bounds. And last touched by the Canton Seahawks. She stole it and saved it from going back out of bounds. It is the third steal for Roovers in the ball game. Casey Hansen will throw it in out of the fresh possession for the Tanagers. Into Jensen, guarded by Vandeweerd. She'll stop and kick it back out to Taylor Roovers. Now over to Casey Hansen, right side. Wallen now to Roovers, dribbles around, back up Halverson. Jensen, right wing, thought about the three. Now she'll take it off the dribble. Got it to go. Brooke Jensen, quiet in that third quarter, but now has 11 points. She's the third Tanager in double figures. Jordan Reed, partially blocked, and she just picked up the basketball and walked out of bounds with it.
That kind of just sums up the way this game's been going recently for Canton. Just not a whole lot there. Vermillion continues to knock down the needed shots. It's impressive to have 58 points so far, and Brooke Jensen only having 11 of those. That means that, of course, Taylor Roovers has obviously had a stellar night, but some other players are stepping up for the Tanagers. That's a good sign moving forward.
6.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, we thank you for tuning in to Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV as Brooke Jensen nails another three-pointer. 14 points for her, 6 assists for Casey Hansen. It is 61-33. We've almost reached running clock here in the region quarterfinals. Shot up and off the mark. 5th rebound for Madigan Wallen. Tanagers will slow things down again. I'm Cole Larsch, alongside me Spencer Buley. The way it stands right now, we'll be traveling with you to North Sioux City on Thursday for Vermillion and Dakota Valley, as Dakota Valley leads by 19 down there in North Sioux City. Count the bucket and the foul for Taylor Roovers. Foul's going to be on Avela Jocks. It's her second personal and the first team foul. Andrew Stephenson not pleased. He's going to want an explanation. Roovers, 27 points in the ball game for her. As now we get a unruly fan on the Canton side, and he's going to get a nice seatmate for the rest of the ball game. Tanagers now 4 of 10 from the free throw line. Roovers with 29 points.
And it was a tough call. I mean, it seemed like there may have been an establishment of position, but at the same time, I mean, Roovers got hit so hard. It's just the way that in your natural instinct in that situation, as a lot of times as a referee, it's not to call an offensive foul, it's to call a defensive foul. So I mean, it's one that's going to go both ways. I do think they could have called it a charge just based off of an earlier call made where Casey Hansen was called for an offensive foul when it didn't seem like there was a ton there. So I think that's probably what the argument is from Andrew Stephenson on the Canton side.
Jensen's 4th personal foul reaching in. As I was wondering why the clock's not running, and now it is. There we go. Again, running clock rule does apply here in the region quarterfinals. Skiles drives. We're going to get contact and a foul. We're going to get Maya Halverson on a reach-in from behind instead of Wallen on the body contact. 3rd team foul on Vermillion with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and the first free throw is off the mark. 10 of 19 from the line now are the Seahawks. Second one up, that one's also short, 10 of 20. A team that was once 7 of 9 from the line is 10 of 20. Rebound by Jensen, her 5th. Roovers will slow things down. Again, 66-33 your score with 5 minutes to play. Roovers left wing three, got it to go. Taylor Roovers. See if I can read all my chicken scratches. 32 points here in the ball game to go along her 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Quickly their way, Skiles can't get her shot to fall. Now 13 rebounds for the Mighty Mouse, 36-point lead.
It's got to be, 7 or 8 of those are three-pointers? I mean, she has lit it up from beyond the arc. Got to be shooting, Cole, I don't know if you have the stats, but got to be shooting somewhere close to
7 of
60,
11.
I was going to say 60-70% range.
Hansen rattles in and out, no good, and now a rebounding foul on Brooke Jensen. Brooke Jensen will foul out of the ball game. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. And a couple of reach in on the steals and a couple of rebounding fouls. And Jensen will foul out of her last ball game here inside the birdcage as things continue to progress down in North Sioux City. As I was about to look at the score, I'm watching a Charmin commercial. Jocks in the quarter, Jordan Reed, and we're going to get a hold underneath the basket, well away from the basketball. Amora Thomas, second personal. That is the 5th team foul on the Tanagers here in the quarter, so we're shooting bonus free throws. Are the Canton Seahawks for the remainder of the ball game. Free throws that they have struggled to make here in the second half. First one's off the mark, 10 of 21. Subs in for the Tanagers. Delaney Schmidt, Shaylin Hinseth, and Izzy Richardson are in. Casey Hansen, Maya Halverson, and Taylor Roovers will check off. Second one is good for Jenna Vanderweerd, 14 points for her. 69-34. Thomas drives, had it stripped, and now she's tripped. And Thomas is fouled.
It's an impressive feat to be able to send in your second line in a region matchup, especially coming out of this region. It's a feat for Vermillion. They've played a heck of a game tonight and even through a little bit of a slow start in the first quarter up to what's about to be 70-plus points. That's a heck of a turnaround for them in this ballgame.
Jenna Vanderweerd and Jordan Reed will check off. See if they come back in the rest of the night. If not, Jenna Vanderweerd finishes with a double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds in the contest. And we're going to get a foul called, and now some more substitutions. Callie Schultz checks in for the Vermillion Tanagers, and Amara Thomas will check off. Josie Skiles is in for Canton. Aubrey Dermeyer is in. Taylor Kroger is in. Nora DeVitt in there as well. And a missing one. It is Gracie Turbis also in there for the Canton Seahawks. Stolen away, possession to the Seahawks with a minute and 45 to go. Three-pointer from the left wing off the mark by Taylor Kroger. Rebound chased down and now out of bounds, as Nora DeVitt could not quite get there in time to save it. Again, in for the Tanagers, it is Lexi Hansen, Delaney Schmidt, who is bringing it up the floor right now, Shaylin Hinseth, Izzy Richardson, and Callie Schultz, the 5 Tanagers that are out there with a minute and 20 to go in the ball game. Lexi Hansen, left-handed lay-in is good. First 2 points for her in the contest. 35 points is the lead, 69-34. Inside, fouled Gracie Turbis, and she will go to the free throw line. An update from North Sioux City. Dakota Valley leads Beresford 68-49 with a minute and 40 to go in the third quarter there. So they're a full quarter behind down in North Sioux City. I have not seen an update on Lennox and Elk Point Jefferson, but last I checked, that was very back and forth.
Yeah, I think that's one of the ones that most people in this region have their eyes on. Two very solid teams. The 4 and 5 seeds, always going to be a really good matchup, and be interested to see what the update is there. Expecting probably Elk Point Jefferson to come away with the win there, but at the same time, I mean, basketball is basketball. As I always say, anything can happen on any given night, especially when you have a matchup as even as those two teams are.
Schultz inside. Spin layup off the mark, no good. Lennox defeats Elk Point Jefferson 50-41. Lennox will travel up to Sioux Falls Christian on Thursday in a 1-5 matchup. Again, if all things hold here, Vermillion will travel to North Sioux City to take on Dakota Valley in the 2-3 matchup. So 2-3, 1, and 5 as it sits right now. We'll be heading on to the region semifinal.
It'll be a fun game to watch. Lennox and Sioux Falls Christian. Lennox, that's a well-deserved win over a very solid Elk Point Jefferson squad, so kudos to them.
With a whistle and a stoppage.
The clock was late to start, and that unfortunately is probably going to run this thing out.
$15 seconds to go here in the region quarterfinals. 71-36, and it appears that Vermillion will just hold on to the basketball, and that is how the ball game will finish up here in Region 4A, round number 1. 71-36, the Tanagers get the win in their final game of the season here in the Birdcage as it stands right now over the Canton Seahawks. 18-4 was the fourth quarter score. 16-8 was the third quarter score. Big win all around for the Vermillion Tanagers. They will advance on to Thursday. Opponent and time to be determined, but we've got a really good idea based on how that game is going on right now in North Sioux City. Don't go anywhere. Spencer Buley and I have a full post-game report, scores and stats from this game as well as scores from around the state as we see them right now. That's all on the way next after this 2-minute break on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Masaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at masabainc.com/careers. When I grow up, I want to work at Masaba.
Masaba Manufacturing. Unlock your future and rock with us.
Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. Their specialty, 6x6 front discharge mixer trucks that allows for better placement of concrete and ease of use. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment offers the highest quality of concrete products and aggregate, and also a full-service dealer for Logon equipment featuring telehandlers, excavators, and ASV track skid loaders for purchase or rent. Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment, East Highway 50, Vermillion.
CoreCares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. CoreCares, proudly serving our community.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporters of all Tanager athletics and the student athlete.
Welcome back here inside the Birdcage. I'm Cole Larsch alongside me, Spencer Buley. 71-36. Your final score from inside the Birdcage. Tanagers win and advance to the region semifinals, where as it sits right now, they will travel to North Sioux City to take on Dakota Valley in that game. Again, that game still has a quarter left to go. But before we get to our post-game stats, I turn it over to Spencer Buley. Spencer, it seemed like from all aspects of the game, you take out about that first quarter, it was all Vermillion. They settled in, they started hitting shots in that second, and once they finally got comfortable, it was ball game from there.
I think they just needed to knock off some nerves there early on. But, I mean, I think that it's a really good thing to be able to start this game in a little bit of a hole and dig yourselves out and walk away with 71 points scored. That is a huge sign that this team is ready for the playoffs. They can overcome adversity because it's going to happen. You're going to encounter a lot of adversity in the playoffs. It's just teams are too competitive, games get too good. But, Cole, I think there's so many positives to take away. Obviously, Taylor Ruver's exploding tonight. This team's going to take so much confidence into a really good game against Dakota Valley on Thursday. It's going to be really exciting to watch that one happen. I think that all signs are pointing forward for Vermillion and this Tanager team after this game tonight.
Yeah, let's get you your final game statistics. First for the Canton Seahawks. In the ball game, 36 points. Their leading scorer was Jenna Vandeweerd. 14 points, 10 rebounds for her in the ball game. Jordan Reed with 7 points, 5 rebounds in the contest. Cameron Skiles, 5 points, 2 rebounds. Bryn Oakland with 3, Jayla York with 3, Kellyanna Halverson with 2, Gracie Turbis with 2 late in that ball game to round out their scoring. They went 13 of 26 from the free throw line. They score 13 in the first, 11 in the second, 8 in the third, 4 in the fourth for their total of 36 points. They will end their season at, at 14-7 overall. Still an impressive record considering the schedule that they played, especially early on. For the Vermillion Tanagers, 71 points, their leading scorer. Taylor Ruvers, 32 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block. In the ball game, Brooke Jensen, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. Casey Hansen, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists for her in the ball game. 6 points for Amara Thomas to go along with her 2 rebounds. Madigan Wallen with 5 rebounds and an assist. Maya Halverson and Lexi Hansen with 2 points apiece. They shot 4 of 10 from the free throw line in the ball game. They score 15 in the first, 22 in the second, 16 in the third, and 18 in the fourth quarter for their total of 71 points. Again, they will move to 18-3 and advance to the region semifinals, who likely will take on Dakota Valley. As we take a look, Dakota Valley leads Beersford 77-57 down there in North Sioux City with 7 minutes to go. So we won't know officially, but as it sits right now, they will travel down south and make the short 25-minute drive to take on the Dakota Valley Panthers on Thursday. Once again, Spencer Buley, obviously a big win. We saw a lot of good things, but like we said also on Monday in Vermillion Boys' big win against Canton, seemed like there's some things that they could work on, especially early in that ball game. Maybe took a couple shots that they didn't like, and obviously 4 for 10 from the free throw line also doesn't help.
Yeah, like I said, they were a little bit stumped early on, and I think that part of that did have to do with just, again, knocking off some playoff nerves. No matter how many times you go to the playoffs, that opening tip-off on opening night of region play, you're going to have some jitters in there, and I think that bit them a little bit. But I agree, Cole. I think that the offensive system they're probably going to take a look at, and I think John Brooks is going to watch back that film from the first quarter pretty intensely and try and figure out, where were we going wrong, what looks were we not able to get that we were looking for. I think that a lot of it had to do with Canton just being a really quick team, and Vermillion wasn't able to work their ways around that, and the 3 balls weren't necessarily hitting. They settled for a lot of long 2s, which are pretty low percentage shots, especially as far as risk to reward ratio in the game of basketball. But, I mean, again, you put together the 3-point shooting run that they had, and you're going to be able to beat almost anybody, but you also don't want to have to rely on that. And I know after the Vermillion girls played at Elk Point Jefferson, you could hear kind of the urgency in John Brooks' voice saying we got to figure out a way. He was able to figure out a way in that back half of the season, but I wonder if he's going to kind of have that same mindset looking back at the first quarter of this game and saying we got to figure out a way to work around where we're getting stumped and not have to rely on a 30-plus point game from Taylor Rubers.
Again, your final score here in the Birdcage, 71-36. Tanagers will move to the semifinals on Thursday. Let's look at some scores from around the state. First in Class A in Region 1, Millbank defeats Webster. They will take on Aberdeen-Roncalli on Thursday. Groton defeats Redfield, and Sisseton leads Britton Hecla, so the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds advance to the semifinals. In Region 2, Clark-Willow Lake gets the win over Florence Henry, Sioux Valley over Dual, and Great Plains Lutheran over Elkton Lake Benton. So the 1, 2, 3, and 4 advance in Region 2. In Region 3, Del Rapids gets the win over Garrettson, Tri-Valley over Madison, and West Central over Baltic. 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds there in Region 3 as well. Down here in Region 4, Lennox, number 5, gets the win over Elk Point Jefferson, 50-41. Vermillion gets the win over Canton, and as it sits right now, 77-59 is the score in North Sioux City. So, assuming that score holds, the 1 and the 5 and the 2 and the 3 on Thursday. Up in Region 5, McCook Central Montrose leads Hanson with 5 minutes to go in the game. Mount Vernon Plankton over Parker, and Scotland Menno over Bonham, 1, 4, 2, and 3, assuming those scores hold. In Region 6, Crow Creek over Platte Geddes, Miller over Stanley County, and Chamberlain and Cheyenne Eagle Butte. Too close to call at this point, so 1, 4, 2, and we're not sure yet out there in Region 6. In Region 7, again, the region that includes the number 1 team according to the media poll in Makpia-Luta. They do not know who they will play yet, as Pine Ridge and St. Francis Indian score not been reported yet, but Lakota Tech wins and Winter wins, so 2 and 3 in the bottom side of that bracket. And Region 8, Hill City over Custer, Rapid City Christian over Lee Deadwood, and Belfouche over Hot Springs, 1, 4, and 2, 3 matchups there. Locally in Class B, number 1 Centerville gets the win over Irene Wakanda, 55-24. Gayville Vollen, number 5 over number 4 Freeman, 52-50. Parkston over TDA, and Avon with the upset over Viborg Hurley. So the 1 versus the 5 and the 2 versus the 6 there in the Birdcage. That's going to wrap it up, I believe, here in the Birdcage, as well as we'll let the players celebrate their last game here in the Birdcage, and we'll make John Brooks do 2 different interviews. But again, as it sits right now, Spencer, we're going to get Dakota Valley and Vermillion down in North Sioux City. Again, as Dakota Valley's up 79-61 with 5.5 minutes to go left in that contest. Big win here. Got to take all the positives and bring them down to North Sioux City because, like we saw earlier in the season, Vermillion got them once, but that's still a really good team.
Absolutely, and I think they know that, but I think that after this game, you get to take a lot of confidence in. I think it's key that they didn't just scrape by Canton here. They dominated, and that's what they need heading into this region tournament. You couldn't ask for a better way to kick it off, and I'm really excited for this matchup against Dakota Valley. I think you have 2 phenomenal teams going at it.
Again, your final score here, 71-36, the Tanagers over the Seahawks. Again, with 5.5 to go, assuming the score stands, they will travel to North Sioux City on Thursday. Winner from that game will advance to the Sodak 16. Heath Nimke and I will have the call as Spencer Buley goes up to Brookings. Brookings, I know, right? For the Summit League Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships. He'll be up there jumping with his pole.
Darn right. It's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
It's the most fun way to jump.
Again, Spencer Buley, a USD pole vaulter up there competing. So he won't be back with us on Thursday, but he will be back with us on Monday for the region playoffs on the boys' side of things, as well as Tuesday for the Sodak 16. Again, Thursday, Heath Nimke and I, Vermillion against Dakota Valley. 6 o'clock pregame, 7 o'clock tip from North Sioux City. We'll have all the coverage right here on Vermillion Tanager Live and Live Ticket TV. That does it for us tonight. Until Thursday evening at 6 p.m., everybody have a wonderful rest of your midweek and enjoy the nice weather while it's here.